Hey everybody, welcome to Mom Talk, the delayed version this week.
Yeah.
Hey, we got a lot going on, okay? We got three of us in three different locations, some out of state, and just a lot going on. So, anyways, welcome. I am Melody
I'm
Cat.
Kat.
And I'm Carrie
So, Pam's here. Hi,
And Pam.
Pam.
and Pam.
So, it's funny because every week I'm like, God, what are we gonna talk about? And then life just kind of presents itself, right? And stuff gets dropped in your lap as far as topics go. And I couldn't help but laugh. I loved the bit that Kat sent to all of us about being the youngest of the old and how accurate that was. Now, I think you guys are younger than me, right? Like I will be 60 this year, believe it or not. And so I'm definitely Gen X. Are you guys Gen X?
I
I'm
am.
You both are Gen X. So what year were you born?
I was born in 69.
Okay.
and I'm the youngest of the old people. I'm 70.
You're 70. You born in 70.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so you are the youngest. 69 is easy because Dan's 1969 also. So we are officially Gen X, right? Like we're the
Yeah.
latchkey kids. We're
Mhm.
very independent. We don't need nobody, right?
Yeah.
Take care of business, do what we got to do. So I think it's
I
so
think I was the household manager at my house in third grade.
Turk,
My
right?
mom,
So that's like eight, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
my mom had back surgery and she was like, I'm out. I can't do anything. And so
Jello
she was just
Bell.
like,
Oh,
yeah,
oh, Catherine.
yeah. She was like, I
Kathleen.
need this. I was cooking, I was cleaning, doing the laundry, I was doing it all. I wasn't allowed to leave unless somebody else was there to take
Oh,
care of her. I mean, I was like, I was running the show,
How many
making
are you,
dinner.
Kat? How many of them, how many are you? Siblings?
Oh, I have two older brothers, but one moved out when I was six because he's 12 years older than I am. And then my other brother that I was hoping was going to move out like right away. When I was 10, he should have moved out at 18. No, he stuck around forever. I think just to torture me.
yeah.
Probably. Yeah, probably. I need to
So
sit more under the light, I think.
I don't know why it looks
These
like I'm
shadows.
like in some
Yeah, but at
cave
least
or
your
something.
face is lit up. I noticed this last week. I'm like, I got a light out over here, so it's like only the shadow knows. So yeah, so I think that makes a difference though if you're one of siblings, right? If there's a few of you, there's like this hierarchy or this might maybe we'll talk about this instead, right?
Well, and my parents were older than most of my friends' parents, and they were very much that generation. So the boys never had to do anything because they were boys.
Yep.
And I had to do everything because I was the
You were
girl.
expected. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, the house was your domain.
Yes. So it was like I would go to school in the morning and the kitchen would be clean, and I would come home and it would be dirty. And it was my job to clean the kitchen when I got home because everybody else was in and out. My parents sold real estate. They were in and out all day. My brother was in college. He was in and out all day. It was my job. That was the first thing I had to do. And it had to be all done and dinner ready by the time my parents got home.
Did you have to make dinner too? Come on, Cat Piper. At
Not
8 years
all the time,
old?
but enough. Well, not this was a little older. This was a little older.
I was like,
But
I don't want SpaghettiOs for dinner.
Yeah.
it might have been that I only had to make dinner once a week, but in my soul, it felt like every day.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
you weren't able to just be a kid. I mean, that sucks. I'm sorry, Kat. We're
Yeah.
sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. I
Yeah.
I never got very good at it, so they really suffered.
So yeah. So Carrie, were you guys like latchkey kids too? Like I
Yeah.
know,
Well,
yeah.
yes and no. I mean, first of all, my mom was a stay-at-home mom, so she was home
Oh.
all the time, except for when I was really little. Then I was handed out to any babysitter that would take care of me. I mean,
All
I
right,
was
we
even
got
at the.
Carrie here. Who wants her?
So
I
it
got one
was.
Carrie.
I
Going
was
once,
with.
going
I mean, my mom would find the neighbor. Hey, where are you taking your chick kid to? Can Carrie go with? I was at somebody's grandma's house. I don't know, my aunt, whoever could take me at the time, and just till my mom stopped working. But for us, my mom took care of most of everything, but we definitely had outside chores were for boys, inside chores were for girls. So we got stuck. I
Oh, I think Pam's
was
chiming
waiting
in.
to see
She
if she
just
was going
lit
to
up
say
green.
something. But I mean, it was to the point to where, I would set the table. My sister had to clear the table or do the dishes. But my brother would have to mow the lawn unless it was winter. Then he didn't have to do anything, and then when,
So they
yeah,
didn't have like a supplemental chore for when
not
he
for my
couldn't do
brother.
his outside
No,
chores.
no.
Screw that. Yeah.
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 It was very much women's work, men's work in my house because my parents were the silent generation. So we were,
Yes.
yeah, we were.
Silent.
However, my parents decided that it was during that era and I could do outdoor work too. And
Oh,
I was like, wait
that's
a
true.
minute. And now I have to do all the inside work. And because my brother finally moved out, now I have to do the outside work. The
Yes.
only thing I didn't ever have to do was mow the lawn. And that's because
Oh,
my parents knew somebody that ran over their foot.
no,
So they
I
didn't
had
think I
to,
was strong enough.
when my brother, now I did have to pick up the dog. It was called Poop Patrol.
Yep.
I
That's
was
what I
always
call it
able
in
to do
my
that one.
house.
Yep. And then when my brother finally went off to college, because I'm 7.5 years younger, something like that, whatever. Since I'm a lot younger, I then had to start mowing the lawn, which of course my dad had to show me appropriately how to cut it because it had to be done a certain way. It had to be it had to be diagonal on one week and then it had to be back and forth on another week. And that was fun. And then
I
when everybody moved out, it was just me. Then of course I always had to do the lawn.
Yeah, we honestly, like, I'm the third daughter, and my little brother's 5 years younger than me. So, oh my God, mama's little baby boy, right? Like, he could do no wrong. And, but that being said, Saturday cleaning, right? Like, every Saturday, that's when we clean after cartoons are over. Because that's the only time you could watch cartoons back
Oh,
then was
yep.
Saturday morning. And I honestly don't remember anybody doing like outside chores, like mowing. The only thing I remember doing is weeding. Ugh,
Oh,
hated it, right? Like, yeah, especially here in Florida, you guys. I
oh,
mean, you've
yeah.
seen the freaking weeds we grow. They're in between rocks. They're in between the driveway, and that's what we would have to do. We would have to weed like in between concrete and pavers and crap like that. But that's the only outside. But now living here and having kids, we had three girls, so sorry, you're outside too. As soon
Yep.
as they were old enough, Dan showed them how to work the mower and they were out there mowing, I
Yep.
mean, there was no way to divvy it up by gender because it was only one gender.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but Gen X, I just feel like, I'd get out of school. Both my parents worked, right? My stepfather was in sales, so he could pop in at any moment. Oh, that's another whole story, that getting busted, smoking and drinking when and my stepdad came home. But anyways, I was like 13. We didn't know what the hell we were doing. And so it was like that, like, right, you got
Yes.
yourself to the freaking bus stop in the morning.
Yep.
After school, you had the latch key, you had the key, watched Oprah, watched the Princess Diana get married, watched, the Luke and Laura get married.
Not me.
You didn't
Not
watch
me.
Luke and Laura get married at
I
the
was
hospital?
not allowed to watch soap operas / stories. I was not allowed.
See, nobody was home. They couldn't tell me not to. So
Yeah.
that's how I spent my afternoon. And we used to joke because when I was little, we lived in Palm River, Cat, and we moved when I was 10. But before then, we lived on Fairway Circle, was like there was a road that goes in Viking Way, right? And then it goes around to the back of Palm River. Well, back then there were no houses. We
Yeah.
could literally see across the golf course to my mom turning onto Viking Way. My first job, I was at Arby's washing dishes, and they're like, Jesus, you wash dishes so fast. How are you so fast? I'm like, dude, when I was little, we would see my mom come around that corner and I'd run to the kitchen and get all the dishes done before she got home. Right. So, I mean,
Yeah.
I think everybody, and I think as they should, kids should have chores for sure. But I just
Yes.
feel like our generation still had a little more layer of responsibility and independence cooked in because, mom
Yeah.
started working, not Carrie's instance, but, you know, there
Yeah.
was
Mine
still
didn't work, but she
more you
still
had
didn't
to
know where the
do.
hell I was.
Say
So
what?
I said mine didn't work, but she still didn't know where I was.
Well, it's because she handed you off to your aunt or your
Yeah.
neighbor or
Well, no,
somebody.
that was only before I started school. Once I started school, it was just like, go play.
Yep,
The whole thing when the lights come on or
yep.
whatever. Well,
That's when you go home.
yeah. I mean, we didn't have lights in our neighborhood, but when my dad hollered, we got home fast. But
Once you heard
she
the
had no idea.
voice. Yeah.
Yep.
I
And
don't know how my parents always knew where I was. They'd be like, "You went somewhere you weren't supposed to go," and I'm like, "How could you possibly know this?"
Yeah. We were under
it's
the don't
spies,
ask, don't
cat.
tell. So
What'd you say?
we were under the don't ask, don't tell. So
Yeah. Yeah.
did you have fun? Yes. Okay. That was it.
That's it. You're right. Now, how many of
Yep.
you were there, Carrie? How
There was
many?
just three. I have an older brother and sister, and then
Okay.
there was me. So they're
Okay.
close in age, and then I come a little bit
And
after.
you're like the whoops baby.
Something like that. Yeah. Yeah.
See, I have two older sisters. My oldest sister she's only 4 years older than me, right? Like we're all 2 years apart, us girls. And then my little brother's 5 years younger than me. But she got married when she was 15
What?
and had her first child at 16 years old. She literally got pregnant and married to get out of our house because
Uh,
my stepfather at the time was a drunk, like a abusive drunk. And he never laid a hand on me or my little brother, but beat the shit out of my oldest sister. And, but anyways, that's a
yeah.
whole other
Yeah.
thing, right? So she was like, I'm out
Yeah.
of here. And so she was gone. I was 11, so I was aunt very young. And so she was out of the house. So it was basically the three of us in our
Yeah.
formative years, right? So my sister Brenda, who we're very close now, she's 2 years older than me. And then my little brother Mark, who's a brat, right? I call him my big little brother because he's big
Yes.
guy. Anyways, so I was the middle. So even more. So I mean, I'm technically not the middle, but I literally was because she left when I was so young. So it was like that whole dynamic going on. But I don't know. I just feel like, I had a pretty, I grew up in Naples. I mean, there was nothing to do. Like we would literally just walk around.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kid down the street had a trampoline, so we would go down there. I mean, we all had our bikes, and I have to laugh when people post stuff like that. Like, you have no idea. Do you see that 80s chick on social media? And she's like from New Jersey or something, and she's just going on and on about how, yeah, we drank from the water hose.
Uh,
But it's funny.
yeah.
I think it's comical.
That cracks me up when they do anything on any of the socials and stuff, and they'll like, any of the stereotypical Gen X stuff, and I'm like,
Yeah.
yep, yep,
Accurate.
yep,
Yep.
uh-huh,
Check.
did that, sure,
Check.
okay,
Check.
oh, absolutely, I'm on all of them,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just,
And
it's
and
funny,
back then when you were in high school, we had Coastline Mall, right? And it was built, in the early 80s, maybe. So, I mean, that was right when I got into high school was 1980. I graduated in 84. So watching Stranger Things is really, really weird for me. Because I'm
yeah,
like, oh, I was Barb. Just you remember Barb in Stranger Things. That's what I
yeah,
looked like. Yeah.
okay,
I was. I had the big glasses. I had the ruffle shirt
yeah,
that came here with the gauchos. I wore the gauchos.
yep,
I'm watching Stranger Things. I'm like, oh my God, I'm Barb.
That's funny.
But we had the mall. Well, the mall ended right where JCPenney is now, right? Like that was it. That we had a two-screen movie theater right there.
yep,
And literally everybody went to the mall on a Friday after school to find out where the parties were. If one
yep,
person knew or what was going on, it would just like wildfire would spread through the mall. I mean, was
yeah,
this same with you guys?
oh yeah, no, not a mall,
Okay.
So, because
McDonald. We didn't have, what did she say?
yeah, I'm from the Detroit area. So
Okay.
we had a lot more going on up
Yeah.
there. But in my particular city, we had a downtown area. So everybody would, all the guys in their really cool cars or girls, and you would just drive really slow up. And it was
Cruising.
only 25 anyway. So yeah, you go cruising, and we'd be like, oh, did they woo you? Like, woo! You're like, yeah, we got wooed.
We got wooed.
So, but I had to be careful because my dad told me I couldn't. So I spent about every other week grounded because for whatever reason, he caught me every other
Well,
week.
Carrie, you're freaking 8 feet tall. You stand head and shoulders above all the other kids. All they got to do is walk around and go, oh, there she is.
Yeah, right.
We had that. Fort Lauderdale was the cruising. That A1A.
Yeah.
Are you kidding? That's why, spring break. I mean, they did a movie where the boys are about the
Yeah.
Fort Lauderdale strip at spring break. It was insane, but the same thing, just cruising.
We had O Street. It is like the longest paved straight road, I guess, in the country, that it literally doesn't have a curve in it, but it went right through our town. And it's called O Street because they weren't creative enough. Like we have A Street, B Street, C Street. This is O Street.
Ooh.
And but people would cruise O Street. But where I lived in town, we had a little swing-in, is what it was called, swing-in. Like a 7-Eleven or
like a convenience store. Swing-in, is that what you said?
And it was called swing-in.
Okay.
That's what it's called. Okay.
Well, it was the 70s.
Everybody would go to swing-in, and it was almost like tag your it. And you would go, and the person that was there would tell you where the party was, and then they would leave and go to the party, and then the next person would come, and you would tell them, and then they would stay, and you would go.
Nice.
Until everybody found out and got to go.
Yeah.
Poor guy, last guy standing, never got to the party.
Yeah.
He never got
They just gave up, like, don't break the chain kind of thing,
Yeah.
So did you say we're going to swing into swinging?
I swear it was like, we would drive and we'd be like, oh yeah, that's so-and-so's car and it's like 4 blocks away. And we'd be like, and they'd be like, Bethany's. And you're like, okay. And then all of a sudden we're all like at the party.
Yeah.
I don't know that's how it worked. It was cell phones before cell phones.
Yeah.
Yep. Word of mouth, baby. Yeah. Word spread like wildfire.
Yeah. But I think we had like ESP or something. Like we would just know. Like, I feel like everybody's in Southwood.
Well, I mean, was it a big town? Like, was there only so many options, or?
It was a pretty big town. I mean, we had 4 high schools, so I mean, pretty big.
Okay.
Yeah.
We had 3 when I was
growing up. Like 150,000 people.
That's pretty good.
So pretty big town. This is the capital,
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
We had the mall, but we also, Horseshoe Drive here off Airport Road, the Circle. There was nothing there. So we would go to the end at Horseshoe, and that's where all the parties were. People would do a bonfire, and it was there.
Yeah.
I mean, that was it.
Fun.
Yeah, it was cool. But now, I mean, freaking everything's back there now. It's so different, just so different. And I guess when you're in a town for a long period of time. Now, when you guys go home, has it changed? Or, I mean, Carrie, you're from Detroit, so I mean, I'm sure it's probably the size is probably the same. I mean, I hear Detroit's coming along though.
That's coming. It's actually coming back, and it's funny because the areas that we could go to that were considered safe, kind of changed over a little bit.
Isn't that funny?
But a lot of it is coming in. It's really becoming a much better city.
Good.
So, but I mean, there's always places that
always
not to go.
Yeah.
And whenever I was in a place that I really shouldn't have been in, I usually had somebody tell me, "What the you doing here? Get out now." In some ways, or very in a nice actually way.
Probably shouldn't be here.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I left.
Like, okay, bye.
When I go
Didn't
back,
take me, because our other thing that we did when we got a little bit older was at 19, you can drink in Canada. And this was before needing a passport. So every Thursday, that was our day that me and my friends, we would go to Canada every single Thursday.
Serious. Pam, did you know about this?
Nah, she was gone.
Daughter.
Pam, at 18, Pam was out.
She's like,
Yeah. Oh, yes.
peace out, sister. You go to Canada.
100%. Yeah. Because before then, I had to call somebody. Her name might, rhyme with Stan, if they could possibly, buy something for me.
Oh, because they were of age.
Yes.
Detroit
Yes.
has the best park in the U.S., Pam says. Campus Marius beat out Central Park in New York. Do you concur?
She would know. She still lives up there and she's around there all the time.
Okay. Very cool.
So,
Yeah, and it's like that, right? Like you don't know what you have until you're either away from it and then you're
yes.
like, oh, like my kids always said they can't wait to leave Naples, can't wait. I'm like, all these people want to come here.
Yeah.
Why don't you want to?
Right.
But it's grass is greener, right? Like you grow up in a place and you live your childhood there and you're like, I never felt that way. Like I loved Naples and I always, I never really wanted to leave.
Yeah.
Now I do. But
Yeah.
Well, I mean, till 5 years ago, I was very happy here, and it's a beautiful city, but it's just changed so much.
Which cracks me
well,
up.
Now you're an old person, so you gotta leave.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah.
Well, again, she wants to leave to come up where I'm at, and I'm like, get me out of here.
Yeah. There's nothing going on up there.
I can't stand where I live.
Yeah, but you're even more populated where you are than I am up there.
Well, we were voted, the second best little city in Florida. Woo.
See?
Yeah.
See?
No.
We're talking about Inverness.
Inverness, yeah.
It's up by where we built our lake house cat. So yeah. So let's go back to that.
When I go back to
some of the stuff that guy said. I mean, it's just like, are we the youngest old people? So what are some of the things that we are?
Oh, I was just gonna say, when I go back to Nebraska, I think it's weird because there are parts of the town that I haven't been there. I don't go back very often. So when I do go back, I'll just be driving and there'll be places that I don't recognize at all. Like I have absolutely no idea where I am. And then I'll go on another street and it is like, I'm 8 years old again.
Really?
I'm 18 again. And my friend just moved back there and I was back for a funeral and we went cruising and driving around and looking where all of our friends lived. And she was like, I don't remember this and I don't remember that. And I was like, oh, that was over here and that was over there. And she was like, how do you remember? And I'm like, because I haven't really been here.
Yeah.
So the memory.
Did you go on O Street?
Blocked.
Yeah.
My parents died over 20 years ago. So once they passed away, I didn't really go back that much. Or if I did, I had kids and, we weren't.
Yeah.
You were not cruising O Street with the kids.
We were not cruising O Street with the toddlers.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's so funny. So what were some of the things the guy was saying though about this is how you know if you're the youngest of the old people. If you have it's like there should be like orientation, he was saying. Like you have to go for freshman orientation. So we're like the freshmen of the old people.
Yeah.
And I was laughing because you were like, oh, that thing you sent was funny. And I was like, what I sent. What
classes are you taking? Oh, I'm taking how to take the keys from your parents.
And intro to bird feeders.
Yeah. It's like that.
To bird feeders. Oh my God. Here, I'm just going to pull it up because there was so many fun stuff, so many fun things that I was just like, oh crap, that is.
Do you guys play pickleball? Because
I like pickleball. I've played twice, but I love it. It's just so easy. It's not like it's not too tough. It's not too hard to do. So I like it, and it's fun.
You don't want a song from the radio. We want a song to sing to calm a child or to use as a play game.
Wheels on the bus. Oh,
wheels on the bus go round.
Little bunny foo-foo. Wheels on the bus.
It's And you
go
know what's
round and
so
round.
funny to see also is that you bring that up, right? Like songs that bring everything back, right? To see my kids doing that.
Um,
Or like
Yeah.
on Instagram,
there's a
they're
song that
talking
we
about
did,
90s
and you can
kids.
get
And I'm
it's
like, oh my God,
interactive.
I'm the parent.
I
What'd
think
you say,
Called
Pam?
my sister, okay, so my niece is
Yeah,
going to be a teacher.
Yeah.
And I think she's
it'll
looking
be
for
done
things to
in
sing to her
minutes.
students. Just
Oh,
know that
okay.
she's
Oh, I thought she was bringing
talking.
up.
She's not talking to us.
Okay, I'm going to
You
mute you,
should mute
Pam.
her then.
I
She's one
learned
of
it in
those
the
young
second
old
grade.
people where they don't remember to put mute.
All right, I'll mute her. I thought she was bringing up like those songs. I'm like, look at my hair. It's such a mess. I'm sorry, you guys. So funny. Okay,
No,
so
she's putting a
Carrie, have you
point that
played
old people
pickleball?
don't know how to. No, I
Neither.
don't. I work too much. So
hold on.
I'm
Okay.
not coordinated enough.
Ready?
I'll just
You are people freshman class. So you're kind of excited about
Yes,
this
see
new
them.
phase.
There we go.
I think there should be freshman orientation for old age. It's a
Why
lot
is
of
it-
things you got to deal with
Yeah.
50 plus that you have no training for. When you're in 8th grade, you go to orientation. When
It's
you're in high
true.
school, you go to freshman orientation for college. I think this should happen in your 50s. Nice little weekend getaway. You can meet some new friends that are your age. You can ask everybody what courses they're taking. Hey, man, what courses you got this semester? Oh, I'm taking how to take car keys away from a parent.
I think you hit stop. It stopped.
Should I follow my grandkids on social media?
No.
Yeah.
Why is my camera doing that? It's so
7th
weird.
grade, my 401k, and I have to retire in 6 years.
Oh,
That's a tough semester, man.
Yeah.
What do you got, John?
I'm not doing anything and my camera's zooming in and out.
Pickleball and a balance class.
an intro to bird feeders.
Yeah.
Pickleball and a balance class.
Well,
I
that's a
needed
lot
that
like.
before. What is it?
Yeah.
Did you see
That's like
this?
they
I'm
have
not
that
doing
one.
anything.
They have that car insurance commercial. That's like that.
Yes.
Where young
Try not to-
homeowners act like their parents.
Oh my God, it's hilarious.
And it's horrible because I do most of the things
Yeah.
in there. Like I will try clothes on in the middle of the rack. I'm like, let me just put this on over my shirt. Let me just put this on. Yeah, that fits. Or when somebody starts talking about, oh my gosh, yeah, that's really, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God, that's me.
That's yeah. Or when they're, oh no, you don't have to explain it. You don't have to show them how that. Then the guy's like reining him in and he's pulling progressive. That exactly.
Yeah.
That
Is there a
cracks
Jan?
me up so much. Oh my
Oh
God.
yeah.
Great commercial. Great
I
marketing.
had to, yeah.
It was probably somebody young that came up with
And
that.
exactly. And they're doing at one point in time, the guy's doing he's at like a seminar.
Yeah.
And, someone's just like, mowing the lawn is, is for work, not for fun or something like that. I had to call Amy Ross and be like, Amy, listen to this. Cause she's like, it's not a pastime. And she's like, oh, I really like to mow the lawn. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you? And she's just like, what? It's great. And I'm like, and I'm watching the commercial. I'm like, no, see, it's not.
I'm going to tell you why she likes mowing the lawn, because it's the same reason I like mowing the lawn. And it's the same reason I actually look forward to an MRI. I get alone time and quiet, right? Everybody's like, oh, I got to go get an MRI. And I'm like, dude, I'm laying in the bed. I shut my eyes. I take a nap. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Especially when you had young kids, right? It was like a break. Or, can't I just get sick enough for a very short hospital stay? I mean, really.
Yeah.
Not
Definitely the
serious.
MRI.
Just
I'll
enough.
go run that errand. Oh, I'll go run that errand. Oh, you want me to put gas in your car for you? Can I pick the furthest gas station? Oh, back to the Progressive commercial. If I drive across town, it's 2 cents cheaper. And I'll go get my gas there.
So you spend the gas money driving there anyways.
Yeah.
You know who, I don't know if you guys remember when Dan did the improv shows. Sean
Yes.
Johnson, the kid, he moved out to Utah. He has such a huge following out there. I mean, he's doing like sold out shows. He started doing stand up. Anyways, follow him on Instagram. It's Johnson Files. Now I totally lost my train of thought. I would have wanted to tell you that he did. Oh
It
yeah,
had to be about gas.
they just had a baby a couple of years ago, right? And now they just had their second. By the way, we have 8 minutes left, I'm being told. So they just did he has this character that he does. Her name is Sandy, and it's basically him in a blonde wig, and it's hilarious. And so it says my wife before, when I needed to run errands, okay, go ahead, we'll see, I'll just be here when you get back. My wife now, and she's like, oh, I'll go, I can go. You go into the depot, you go into the hopo. And he's like, they don't call it that. You need the lumbar. And
Yeah.
she's like, no, it's lumber. I mean, it is so funny. Like, she was just like, I'll go, I'll take care of it. Anything to
yeah.
get out of the freaking house.
Yep.
But now we know, right? Like, now we know. We see all these old people, and they're like, what are they doing? My grandmother used to get up at 4:30 a.m.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, what do you get up at 4:30, then what? Like, nothing's
Yeah.
open. Right? Like, you're just sitting around watching. What are you doing, Granny? But they can't help it. That's when they wake up, you know?
That would be my mother.
Really?
Oh God, yes.
So early.
Yeah.
So early. When
Yeah.
I worked at Fridays, you too, Carrie, remember I used to work day shift.
Right.
And we get those golfers, those old guys, every freaking day, 1 o'clock ish.
Yeah.
Us getting hammered. I mean, but they
Yep.
weren't getting hammered. Like, they've been drinking like this their whole life. And
Right.
Carrie will back me up, because we used to be like, dude, these guys, they're the OG drinkers. Because
Yeah.
they're drinking freaking martinis. None of this freaking apple pucker crap for these guys, right? They're drinking martinis. They're drinking old fashions. They're drinking like the hardcore alcohol on alcohol.
Yeah.
At lunch.
And then they're driving home. So
Yep.
I got a whole new perspective of why old people drive the way they do down here. And it ain't because they're old, because they're all freaking drunk.
Yeah. That's the Villages in a nutshell right there.
Yes. That's
Yep.
what, thank God they're driving golf carts, but
Yeah.
you know, they're still driving. They got a
Oh,
vehicle.
It's interesting. It's interesting.
But you know, now we totally get the term day drinking, right? Because
Oh, yeah.
they started it.
Quite honestly, I like that one. That's
You
a
like
trend
it?
I
I'm
can get
looking
into.
forward to being old for that.
Well, then you're done at 6 o'clock. You're like, okay, going to bed.
Exactly. Why am I waiting until 10 o'clock to get drunk when I could have been drunk all day?
You can't. Hey, you know what they say, Carrie? You can't day drink if you don't start in the morning.
Exactly. Hello.
We used to go to this festival, and that was the whole point of the festival, was just when you got there, you had to drink. Like, you didn't stop. You drank the whole time you were there. It was 2.5 days. But we were always like, you can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning.
Gotta start in the
Yep.
morning. Yeah, I mean, you can't be a day drinker.
Yeah.
And
it's-
there were no
Nobody
cars.
likes a quitter.
Yeah. There were no cars. We were camping and then going to this festival. We were all dressed up. We did the parades,
You
the
thought
beer
you were dressed
garden.
up. By the time you got there, your makeup was smudged. You
Makeup?
had a
Could be
button
that it was-
undone. You
but
had
we
no
had an
idea.
excuse because it was like 108 degrees.
True.
So, like, if your makeup smudged, that was just.
Put
the
your
heat.
sunglasses on. No biggie. Nobody will know. Dude, we have become our parents. I mean, I'm sorry, but that's all there is to it. But you look, I mean, look at the 70s and the 60s, you know? I mean, those bitches, they were carrying it, man. They were having a good time. They were going to concerts, and you know, I don't know. I wonder, right?
Well.
Like, wouldn't you love to have been a fly on the wall? No, your parents weren't doing any of that, Carrie? No.
My dad might have, but it stopped, I think, at 22. And then, yeah.
Because that's when he settled down and had a family?
Yeah. And I'm good with not knowing what my parents did. I'm good.
Oh, trust me, I don't want to know.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
just
I
saying,
think they're boring in my opinion, they're boring and nerdy. So, I mean, my dad
we're
was
gonna
And
hold
that's
on
super
to
what they
nerdy.
this.
want you to think.
And they had, I mean, you know, we did some really cool things. My dad always hung out with his high school buddies until the day he died,
That's
basically.
awesome though.
But and that was kind of fun, cool stuff. But my mom really never did.
No.
Probably just my mom. But
Well, and that's when you hear the good stories, right? Like when they're around their buddies and, they've got stories to tell from when they were growing up and when they were younger. That's like my kids love that about us though, too, right? Like they love hearing about all the crap we did and oh my God, I didn't know that, kind of thing.
yeah,
And we were in Fort Lauderdale because I lived there for what, 3 years in 1990. And we were over there for a concert. We had 3 girls with us, and we drove by our old apartment. It used to be a bank building, and they converted the offices to 2 apartments. And Dan and I had one, and a good friend of ours had the other. And we had that whole middle section was parking. It was a parking garage, basically. So we drove over there. We drove up the parking garage and said, that was our apartment right there. Da, 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 da. I mean, we were so close to the beach, and they were like, "Oh my God!" Well, the guy comes out. He goes, "Can I help you?" I mean, I was taking pictures. He totally let us come in and show the
Oh,
girls the
fun.
apartment. It was really cool. It was all updated and all of that, but it was
that's such a young old person thing.
yes. Like
Yes.
the house that made me, right? That
Yeah.
song, can I just so you know, I grew up here. But that
Yeah.
was we were grown, we were in our early 20s, but it was just cool
Yeah, was I really grown
that
though? You
time.
just felt grown. Were you
Yeah.
really
Yes.
grown?
Well, like they do now. Yeah, like that's where they're at right now. I constantly have to remind Dan about that when he's like, they're not doing this. I'm like, dude, think back to when you were 22.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you got? 13
Yeah.
jobs in a year, something like that. Yeah, sound familiar? So I gotta pull him back and be like, you're sounding like somebody else I know, your parents.
Yeah, that the progressive.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. He's a
Exactly.
progressive.
Yeah.
So I think that we are still kind of holding on a little bit to staying young. But yeah, it's right around the corner, man. We've already
Yeah.
got
It's a
some
slippery
commute.
slope. It's a slippery slope.
Okay, less than a minute. So, final thoughts? Anything? Here's to growing older. I mean,
Yeah.
here's to
No, I'm still
sophomore
gonna
year.
fight it. I'm fighting it. I'm
What?
not gonna do
Where's
it.
my eye cream?
Yep. I'm not doing it. Decided no.
Don't even. Yeah, I'm not. It's not gonna happen. Sorry.
I took a vote and it was no.
Yeah. Everybody, even the
Yeah.
kids, said no,
Yeah.
no.
No.
We like young mom.
Yeah.
Well, we're young at heart. I feel like we are though. This.
I think I've said 3 times this week. Well, age is just a number.
Who said that?
Age is just a number.
No, I
And
heard
Davis
that. But
is
who
like,
said
keep
that?
telling
Lexi?
yourself that, Mom.
Lexi said that, or you said it too, Lexi?
David, I said it to Davis. I was like, well, age is just a number. And he goes, okay, Mom, keep telling yourself.
You keep telling yourself.